Okay, if that man is acting dusty and crusty and stressing and pressing you, you have to ask yourself, how much healing is it going to take for him to rise to the level to deserve me? And then you need to have a conversation with him as to what it's going to take. Now, I hate to be the one to break this to you, sis, but for a man to heal, it takes an extraordinary act of fate. And what I mean by that is, it is hard enough for a woman to heal. I know 80% of the women in my life have not healed. They are pick-me-shas, they are surviving, they are doing what they need to do to live in this patriarchy. Very few of them are healing. Because the healing journey is hard. It is not for the faint of heart. It is hard for even the most spiritual girly who's reading all the books and doing all the therapy and going to all the sound baths. It's extremely hard. So in most cases, a man who has been crippled from his emotions from a very young age by the patriarchy, by his daddy, by multiple factors, you asking him to heal for you, it's going to be extremely rare that he's going to rise to the occasion. In most cases, a man has to experience a huge loss to have the catalyst to make those deep introspective changes. And unfortunately, sis, it's probably going to be the relationship with you that man has to lose to finally level up and change. So my point in this is not to be a Debbie Downer and be extremely negative, but to say, be about the business of your own healing and tending to your own needs, and stop depending on a man who is unhealed to do those things and waiting and wasting the years of your life for him to level up and deserve you, because you're going to be waiting a hell of a long time. Sometimes that man needs to lose you to level up and heal. Go about the business of your own healing. Go about the business of making the best, most amazing, peaceful, safe life for yourself. And either that man will level up to match that energy so he doesn't lose you, or you will find someone who is healed because he's lost that relationship before you and he's ready to level up and be the man that you deserve.
In order for you to feel like a man and have expectations on a man to want to heal, or put expectations on a man to grow for you, you have to set boundaries. If you don't place a boundary on the table for him, he's going to get away with whatever you allow him to get away with. He's going to test those moments. He's going to push the limits of what he can get away with because he's not healed. He's living in a delusional state, and he's going to stay in that delusional state until you set a boundary and not accept it. But the more you accept that behavior, the more he's going to do. It's just going to build upon and build upon and build upon until you do eventually say, I've had enough, and you leave. So you have to early on nip that in the ass and let him know, hey, this is unacceptable behavior. I deserve better. And I'm a high-class woman, and I want a high-class man. And if you're not willing to show up and be a high-class man, you can hit the road, right? And that's going to put him in his place to understand either, hey, this woman's going to need more from me. I need to step up. I need to show up and show out for her. Or I need to move on and go down the ladder and go find me a pick-me who will accept my bullshit behavior and allow me to sit on the couch, scratching my ass, watching sports while you fetch me a beer. You know, that's the type of woman that he's going to need, because he's not going to get a high-class woman like you because you're not going to accept it. But the second you start accepting that behavior, he's going to push it, and he's going to push it and push it. So quit accepting the bad behavior, put him in his place, and say no more.
Speaking the gospel truth, baby.